Hello, my name is Kelly O'Reilly. I'm a partner with the immigration law firm of Wilner and O'Reilly. And if you're seeing this video, congratulations. You made a great choice in choosing our firm to represent you in obtaining your immigration goals and dreams. Today we're going to take you through the interview process. We're going to take you through the preparation, the actual interview, and what will happen once the interview is over. First of all, I want to tell you that you should relax. You're in great hands. Wilner and O'Reilly, you have a seasoned team. I personally have been involved in over 12,000 immigration interviews, and so you should relax and feel confident that you're in great hands. Our lawyers, our paralegals, case managers will help you prepare well. This is something that you shouldn't lose sleep over. It's something you should be very confident in because of the team you hired. Secondly, I would encourage you to respect the process. This is a life-changing interview for you. It'll affect your posterity. Give it the proper respect that it deserves. I want you to dress well, act well, and prepare well. So what do I mean by that? Dressing well, we encourage all to wear business casual at least. For men, that means to wear slacks, wear collared shirts, and if possible, a tie. Suits are a plus. For women, pretend you're going on a job interview or something important. Wear the business casual type clothing that you would wear to that. We would warn you not to wear flip-flops, t-shirts, tank tops, any type of thing that would show disrespect to the immigration process. Act well. What do we mean by acting well? We're polite. We look officers in the eye when we talk to them during the interview. We say thank you. We say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. And we make sure that this is a pleasant conversation with the officer. Prepare well. This is so important that you shouldn't just show up at the interview. You should be prepared in all that we tell you to do. This means to go over your application, speak with your spouse, discuss with your children what's about to happen. Don't just show up at the interview. Respect the process. Now you've been given an interview notice. It'll have a date and time on it. We encourage you to arrive a half hour prior to the interview process. You will go into the immigration service through an airport style metal detector. Once you get through that, you will go to the appointed room that is on your interview notice. Turn in your appointment notice and have a seat in the waiting room. The waiting room is where we, your lawyer, will meet you. If for any reason the immigration service calls your name and we are not there, don't go in. You're going to tell the officer you're waiting for your lawyer. This happens all the time. It's permissible. You won't be in trouble if they call you and we're not there yet. Wait for us. Once the interview happens, the interview is 30 minutes in length. It'll be you, your spouse, or your children sitting on one side and your lawyer right next to you during the entire process. There'll be one officer conducting the interview. It takes about a half hour in length. It goes fairly quickly. In fact, we're going to show you a simulated interview so you get a better idea of what an interview looks like once I complete my thoughts. Once the interview is over, the officer will tell you exactly what is going to happen next. He could tell you you're approved, which most of our clients hear, or he may ask for more documentation, or even more, he might ask for more time to consider your file. Either way, your lawyer will explain to you what's going to happen next after the officer makes his or her decision. When this video is completed, you will meet with your case manager who will go over the documentation you're going to bring to the interview, and then you'll meet with your lawyer. So next will be the video that will help you understand better what the interview process is like. Remember, it's just a simulation, that each and every interview is different in its own way, but we hope you get the idea of what the process is like by the following video. And remember, you're in good hands, and good luck. All right, Gianni, welcome. My name is Officer O'Reilly. I'll be conducting your naturalization interview today. We welcome you and your attorney, Talia. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Before we begin, I have to place you under oath. Will you please raise your right hand? Do you promise the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Good, very good. Have a seat, please.
Thank you.
Before we begin, we need to make sure we have the right person. So I need to see your identification, Gianni.
Sure.
I need to see your passport. I need to see your green card. And I need to see your driver's license.
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So here's your driver's license. Got your green card. And it's in the sufficient time statutory period, so you're able to file for N400, and your passport. All right, so, and that has your travel information in it, and we'll discuss that travel information in a minute. You wouldn't happen to have photocopies with you of this information, would you?
Yes, I
Of course he does.
Can I have that?
Sure.
And Counsel, do you have your bar card? I know we've seen each other many, many times.
Here you go.
Thank you.
I also have an updated G28 for you.
Excellent. Appreciate it. And we'll mark that for the file. And the copies are excellent. I'll return your documents to you.
Thank you.
And your bar card, I just need your bar number so I can put it in. That's great. I'll give it back to you.
Thank you.
All right, so Gianni, the way this is going to work today is the first thing we're going to do is go over your application. Make sure that all of the information found therein is true and correct. Once we get through that, we're then going to go to the very famous English questions and the history questions. Do you have any questions before we begin?
No.
All right, excellent. And Counsel, do you have anything that we should talk about first?
No.
All right, so I'm looking at your N400, and the first thing we're going to start with is your name. What is your full and correct name?
Gianni Arce.
All right, and Gianni, is there any changes to your name that you want to do today?
No.
And on your naturalization certificate, you want it to reflect the name that you have on the N400, no changes, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And your social security number, I have it here. It's correct, right? No changes to that?
Correct.
And your date of birth?
August 2nd, 1990.
1990. And you became a permanent resident when?
October 31st, 2009.
And so it's within the statutory period. It's been more than 5 years, and so you were able to file the N400. What is your country of birth, Gianni?
Mexico.
Mexico. And you are not asking for any exemptions, correct, Counsel, in 648s or anything like that?
That's correct.
And daytime phone number, Gianni?
714-919-8880.
Very good. And let's see. It says here your date of residence is in Orange County is since November of 2002. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you have lived at that address to the present time.
Correct.
And that address is 333 City Boulevard West in the city of Orange?
Correct.
That's very close to here. And, all right, well, that's nice. It makes it easy. Only one residence in the last 5 years.
Yes.
Moving on, what is your mother and father's legal name?
My mother's name is Maria Gonzalez, and my father's name is Juan Arce.
All right. And are they U.S. citizens?
My mom is.
Okay. And was your mom a U.S. citizen before you were 18?
No.
Okay. And let's see. Who are you currently working for?
I'm currently working for Wilner and O'Reilly.
Oh, they're a very good law firm. And congratulations.
Thank you.
And prior to that, where did you work?
I worked at Telleria and Levy.
Okay. And you're currently employed today, right?
Yes.
And prior to that, you worked for the University of Southern California?
That is correct.
Did you go to school there?
Yes, I did.
It's a good school as well.
Thank
well
you.
done. And have you traveled outside of the United States at all? Yeah.
Yes, I've traveled actually twice. In total, I believe it's 30 days.
30 days?
2 trips.
Okay. Can I see your passport again?
Sure.
Did you make any copies of the inside of the passport as trips?
Yes.
Oh, yes, it's here. I already have it. Thank you. Let me check, and just to make sure that the passport complies with the information we have, and it does. Very good. And I see that I have the copies already of it here. All right, so no trips since the filing of this application?
Correct.
Okay. Are you married?
Divorce.
Divorced. Okay, do you have a divorce decree with you today?
Yes, I do. Give me 1 second.
Uh-huh. Thank you. All right. Very good. All right, and I'll keep that for my file, correct?
That's fine.
All right. And are you married? Or you're not married now, you're divorced, right?
Correct.
Do you have children?
Yes, 1 second.
One child, and what's the name of your child?
His name is Gianni Arce Jr.
Okay. And does Gianni live with you?
He does.
Okay. And how old is Gianni?
He's 4.
Okay. And no other children here or abroad?
Not that I know of.
Okay, very good. And your child lives with you, good. All right, I'm going to ask you some questions that we ask everybody, so don't take offense to them. It's nothing personal. It's what we ask in a effort to determine if you have what we call good moral character. That means, are you acting in a way that is conducive to being a U.S. citizen? So, to begin with, have you ever claimed in writing or any application or any other way to be a U.S. citizen?
No.
Have you ever registered to vote or ever voted in a U.S. election?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution?
No.
Do you file your taxes
Yes.
every year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you owe any taxes?
No, I do not.
Okay. Have you ever been a member of or involved in any association or organization?
No.
Okay. So nothing like Rotary Club or anything like that? Okay.
No.
Have you ever been a communist or involved with a totalitarian party or a terrorist organization?
No.
Have you ever advocated the overthrow of the government by force or violence?
No.
Have you ever persecuted someone because of their race or religion?
No.
Have you ever been involved in genocide, torture, killing someone, or injuring anybody?
No.
Have you ever been a member of a military, a paramilitary, or police force?
No.
Have you ever been arrested?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been put in prison or jail or detention?
I've been detained once. It was for a DUI.
DUI. And do you have the court disposition with you?
Here, we have the certified court disposition here.
Very good. And the case, are you on probation right now?
Yes.
Are
No.
you?
Probation was completed
Oh,
already.
okay. All right.
So probation is over.
Probation.
Oh, I can see that here, yes. When you are still on probation, you can't apply for U.S. citizenship. Once you're off probation, you're entitled. So good, you finished it and did your classes.
Yeah.
Are there any other arrests or problems with the police that we should know?
No.
Okay. So, have you ever received any type of pardons or any type of government grants or waivers of criminal sentences?
No.
All right. Have you had a drinking problem? Are you a drunkard?
No.
Have you ever been involved in prostitution, illegal gambling, or illegal drugs?
No.
Have you ever married someone just to get a green card?
No.
Have you ever helped anyone enter the United States illegally?
No.
And do you owe any child support or back alimony?
No.
And have you made any misrepresentation or committed any lies in order to get a government benefit?
No.
Have you ever been removed or deported from the United States?
Never.
Have you ever been placed in removal proceedings?
No.
And have you ever been a member of the U.S. Armed Forces?
No.
And did you register for selective service?
Yes.
And I can see that you did register for selective service. Very good.
I believe we turned in the selected service copy.
With the application?
Yes. It
Okay.
should be there in the
And
file.
yes, there it is.
Perfect.
Thank you. The last part of the application, we're going to ask you, basically, are you committed to being a U.S. citizen? Are you willing to be loyal as an American, as a new American? So in these questions, the following are asked. Do you support the Constitution and the form of government in the United States?
Yes.
Do you understand the full oath of allegiance?
Yes.
Are you willing to take that oath?
Yes.
If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States?
Yes.
And if the law requires it, would you perform non-combatant service or work of national importance for the U.S.?
Yes.
Very good. All right. So, what I need from you now, Gianni, is if everything we just went over is true and correct, and there's nothing to change on your testimony, I'm going to need your signature. I'm going to need a signature, a date, and a signature. So, I'll show you real quick. Signature, signature, and a date. If you can give that to me,
Sure.
and go ahead and sign it. Print your name there, I'm sorry. Print it there. Sign below. And date. We're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that takes care of the application. Now, we're going to give you the English test and the history test. First thing we need to do on the English test is I'll need you to please read this to me. Line number 1, please read it to me.
The White House is in Washington, D.C.
Okay, very good. Secondly, I'm going to need you to write on line number 1, write, the Constitution is the supreme law of the, I'm sorry. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. Thank you.
There you go.
Very good. We passed reading, now we go to history. History, where, as you know, there are 100 possible questions that can be asked. I will ask you 10 if needed. You got to get 6 right. Once we get 6 correct, we'll be done. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, the first question is, name one right from the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Very good. Name one branch of the government. Name one branch of the government.
Legislative.
How many U.S. senators are there?
100.
When was the Constitution written?
1875.
No. It's, are you sure? Well, we'll move on from there.
Okay.
Name 2 cabinet positions.
Secretary of Defense, Secretary of State.
Very good. How many Supreme Court justices?
9.
9. And name one right of a U.S. citizen.
The right to vote.
Very good. We're done. So, the correct answer on when was the Constitution written was 1787.
We were
But
close.
you still did well. And so we have now passed the history portion. That said, we have reviewed the N400. We have passed the reading and writing. And checking your fingerprints, I see that they are current and only reflect that which we've already talked about. As a result, I'm going to recommend that your N400 be approved, Gianni. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And as a result, your N400 will be submitted to my supervisor with the recommendation of approval. You will then be scheduled for an oath ceremony, typically within 30 days of this interview. So congratulations. Let me give you this book. It's about the country you're about to become a citizen of and your approval notice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And counsel, I will give you a copy of the approval notice as well.
Thank you so much.
And as a result, that's all I have for you. Congratulations, Gianni, and good job.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Tyler.